To me, a Michigan Wolverine is great. To me, a Michigan Wolverine is great.
Michigan Fan TV, another big win for the Wolverines to open up 2-0 in the Big Ten, beating Wisconsin 24-10. And I'm here with Dan. And Dan looks like he played some football back in the day.
Yeah, played and used to coach. Yep.
Yeah?
Yep.
Well, as a coach, I think you're going to give some good insight to our fans out there. So what are some of the things as a coach that you'd want to talk about on any side of the ball?
Yeah, I mean, I thought they did a really good job of sticking to the run game. You knew Haynes would have a big day. And then being able to take advantage, I thought Wisconsin was playing a pretty tight box, and they took advantage of some one-on-one coverage that made some really big plays down the stretch to, start to open it up. But I'd say credit to Wisconsin, the way their game plan was that first drive, perfectly executed, right? But when Michigan answered immediately, I think that calmed the whole thing down and gave them the confidence that they knew their plan, all they had to do was stick to it, and they'd come out with a W.
Yeah, honestly, one of my concerns before the game is Wisconsin's desperate.
Yeah.
And they're going to fight. I mean,
Yeah.
it's Big Ten, and Michigan came off a bye week, and that first drive was like,
Yeah.
I hope that's a rust get knocked off.
Yeah, no doubt. And I think another big piece that's hard is, everybody thinks when you see a backup quarterback, it's going to be easier. Well, you got to realize, one, he's there because he's got skill. And two, when you see a backup quarterback, they have nothing to lose. So sometimes when you're in that situation, it's actually a lot harder. And so I think Michigan weathered the storm, and then you saw, their ability to just kind of take over the game at the end.
And also, backup quarterback, you don't have as much tape on,
Yeah,
right? You're not
can't
focused on
prepare.
that.
Yep.
Yeah, you're preparing completely differently.
Yeah.
And hey, and that young man, he must have come out here in front of 110,000 plus
Yep.
and put on a show too, right?
Yep.
So we had some guys emerge in the receiving core, Macaulay Marsh, another true freshman, catching a lot of balls. As a coach, it's got to get you excited.
Oh, I think it's huge, yeah. And then just continuing to see, as a Michigan fan, everybody's obviously excited about Bryce, right? But he's 18 years old. He's got a lot of time to continue to get better, and you'll see that. I mean, I just think you're going to see his maturation game after game and what he can do and the way that they're going to, coach him up. His arm talent is unbelievable, and now just kind of learning how to add that touch in those situations. And I think you would have seen and will see that many more big plays when it's not always throwing as hard as he can, and that's something you just kind of learn as you're there.
Yeah, learning the touch in certain
Yep.
situations and trying to deliver the ball like you do in the game that you do in practice,
Absolutely,
right?
yep.
I'm sure in practice, we don't have all these people here.
Yeah.
So speaking of like challenges, I mean, man, we've already been to Oklahoma,
Yeah.
Nebraska.
Yeah.
Next week's USC.
Yep.
I mean, no pushover. Going to go out to LA. What are you kind of thinking for that game?
Well, I think that's why you play in this conference, and now when you add some of those teams from the West Coast, it becomes every single week. The Big Ten was already challenging, let alone bringing in the heavy hitters from other conferences. So it's pretty awesome to have that competition week in and week out. And I think, one, our defense is going to give us the opportunity and ability to be in any game we play. And as long as you see Underwood just continue to get better and better, Haynes can carry us as far as he wants to. So I would think it's going to be another tough battle. But I think you're going to see Michigan really start to improve down the stretch with some of this young talent.
Yeah, I agree. I think there's just like little pieces that we're seeing kind of added every week.
Yeah, yep.
We're kind of like making that perfect recipe. Hopefully it'll bloom up.
Yeah, you need it to hit at the right time, and that's at the end of the year. Really, that's what's going to matter.
What happens at the end of the year?
Yeah, that's when you got to be playing your best ball. So we're not going to get too far ahead, but you know exactly what I mean.
Yeah, I do appreciate your time here, my
you got it.
man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, and go blue.
Yep.